Here we are again, guys, and tonight I'm going to be making one of my favorites, and that's clam chowder. So the first thing we're going to be doing is we're going to be adding some bacon to our pan. So I'm going to take about, I don't know, 4 or 5 strips of bacon. We're going to add that to the bottom of our pan here. We're going to let that heat up. We're going to cook that bacon, let it crisp up, and then we'll pull the bacon out. We'll reserve that grease in there, and then we'll go from there. Went ahead and took the bacon out. It got done. I've left the grease in there. So now I've taken a half of a medium-sized onion, chopped it up, 2 sticks of celery, cut them up in small pieces, and 2 cloves of garlic and chop them up. And I'm going to add to that grease. And we're just going to stir this around and just let everything kind of cook down till it starts getting just a little bit soft. The onions are cooked down. It's about 5, 6 minutes or so. Doesn't take real long. We're just kind of sauteing the vegetables here. So we'll give those just a few minutes to get done. Our onion mixture is almost done, so I'm going to add about a teaspoon or so of some dried thyme. And I'm also going to add a little bit of kosher salt. About that much. And we'll go ahead and just let that cook in there with those for a couple minutes. Boy, that thyme smells so good, especially when you put it in there and that steam coming up out of that pot. Now, I'll tell you what, while we're at it, let's just go ahead and put some black pepper in there too. You can always adjust the flavor a little later on if you think you need a little more pepper. Just give it a taste test. Always add a little bit to it. All right, so we'll give that another minute or two to kind of cook down. We got that cooked down pretty well. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour. And I'm just going to gently blend that in with that. Just kind of scrape the bottom. Let that kind of all work in together. Kind of almost makes like a little paste. All right, that's looking pretty good. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I've got 2 8-ounce bottles of clam juice. I'm going to add that to that. Give you a better look at that. Snow's clam juice. And I've also taken 3 cans of clams and I've strained them out and I've reserved the juice out of the cans. And I'm going to go ahead and add that to the mixture as well. And we'll turn the heat up. We're going to continue stirring that. We're going to try to bring that up to just a low boil. And while that's heating up, I'm going to go ahead and add my potatoes. And what I'm using is just some red potatoes that I've diced up. About 4 medium-sized potatoes is all I'm going to use. You can add more if you want, less. You know how it is. However you like it. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the mix. We'll go ahead and get this up to a boil. That's looking pretty good, I'm going to tell you right now. This doesn't take real long to cook, guys. It's probably 25 to 30 minutes at the most. Basically, we're just trying to get the potatoes cooked down. So we're going to let that finish coming on up to a boil. I'll let my potatoes come up to a boil here and turned it down to about medium low. Bring it back down to a simmer or so. And I'm going to take half of the bacon that I cooked. I chopped it up and I'm going to go ahead and add that in. And we'll give that a quick stir. We'll just kind of let that bacon sit in there and cook with those potatoes. That's going to add quite a bit of flavor. And you want to really make sure you stir this, guys. You don't want it sticking to the bottom. It tends to stick sometimes, and you definitely don't want to burn it, scorch the bottom of it. So we'll continue stirring that around for just a few more minutes. All right, looks like our potatoes have softened down pretty good. So I'm going to add my clams that I've strained. Once again, that's 3 cans. Now I think they're like 6-ounce cans, something like that, 6.5-ounce cans. We'll put that in there. And then I'm going to add about a cup of some heavy cream. That may have been about a cup and a half. I didn't measure. Y'all know the drill. That smells great. All right, so we're just going to let this come back up to just a slow boil. Give that just a few minutes to cook. Probably 5-6 minutes, something like that. And then we'll be ready. All right, guys, time to fix the bowl. Man, does that not look delicious? I'm telling you right now, guys, that is going to be some kind of good. Yes, sir. Now, if you want to add just a few little oyster crackers. We'll go ahead and add a couple pieces of that reserved bacon. And there you go. You guys let me know if you like clam chowder. Hope you try this recipe out. It's super delicious. Once again, I appreciate you watching. Thank you for your support. God bless.